One, the director legal hinted on something that they don't have enough motorbikes, transport and what, and yet the Auditor General's report on page 8 is indicating that they don't have a policy to manage and have a track of their assets, and that one is causing maybe insufficient to serve the purpose of what is intended to. Another one, even that is maybe calling for the non-utilization of assets of human rights, like land. It's showing that most land is not under use. Everyone is just taking advantage. Like Buganda Road land, I've seen something which is not clear. So, other question, through Chair, human rights as a commission, what are you proud of, that where you can think that to prove to this committee that in these areas you have not been doing well, but in this particular area, at least the country can stand with us so that we can get to know. Last one. There is also an allegation that Director Legal, you sit in your own chambers and you dismiss cases at your own ambition. You just see that this one, when you peruse it through alone and say now that one, no, it does not stand. You just dismiss. And that's why you have managed to set a number of cases without hearing them. You'll just tell us about that. And I think with that we can stop there.
Thank you. 2 minutes. Let's be quick. Just be spot on.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Elia Bunatulinda once again, MP Ndoga West. Chair, the voice of the people is the voice of God. And when we are here, we are actually the people's voice. That means God is listening to us very well. I want to encourage the Uganda Human Rights Commission to ensure that in whatever you do, always remember the day when you took oath to take responsibilities over that entity. That having been said, there is this particular issue on Buganda Road. The land is very prime. I have seen on page 8 of this response, you are talking about having entered into a feasibility study about the public-private partnership. But we've had instances before where PPs are entered into and the private investor, after investing in a lot of money, is actually disturbed. I want to know whether, as you say in your response, that you've concluded this report. 2 things. 1, a copy of that feasibility study should be given to this committee. A copy of the land title on that Uganda Road. Because the land is very prime, you may find that you are planning to enter into this PPP when actually you don't have a title. So I want you to present also a copy so that we know that what you are actually following up is the truth and we can be sure of what we are entering into as a country. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Let's move quick. It's not a must that we are following the line. If you are ready, if you are not ready, we just skip.
For the record, my name is Samuel Bejira. I represent Central Region Youth, and through you, Chairperson, it was very clear by the Honorable Commissioners that the money in the Uganda Human Rights Commission is there, that is just roaming around. And I want to draw your attention to page 5 of the Auditor General's report, where he said that the Commission did not reserve any part of its procurement budget according to the PPDA guideline number 11 of 2024, which requires every entity to reserve at least 15% of its annual procurement budget to special interest groups. And that is the youth, women, and people with disabilities. So, through you, Chairperson, I would like to know, I would like the accounting officer to be on record and tell us, because the attached procurement work plan is very microscopic, and I could not really see whether these special interest groups in any way they were, addressed, if that issue of them having a 15% on the procurement budget reserved for them was really undertaken by the Uganda Human Rights Commission. Thank you so much.
Special interest groups. We are partly address number 3. I think that is under 1.
Yeah, it is
under
on
paragraph
page
1.
5.
But it does no harm if they have a quick response. Only that we have so fast started with number 3, paragraph 3. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, for me, I want to know, maybe the mandate of the Uganda Human Rights Commission is to protect and promote human rights. If they can't account for themselves, how will they seek accountability from police, UPDF, and other agencies of government if they can't account for themselves? Then, the other thing, when you read their responses, they also get some donation from other agencies outside the Uganda. We want to know in financial year 2024-2025, how much money did they receive and its allocation, and why are they failing to capture that money and who accounts for it? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Naki.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. I'm the Chief Julius, MP for Udadiri County East. For now, I'm addressing specifically point 3 that we are on. Now, last time, when these people appeared here, Commissioner Shifra, there's something she said. They appeared on 22nd of July. 27. And yes, 27. And then there was a question put to them why they were not addressing these issues. And they said the tribunal was not sitting because the chairperson was always away. Then you asked specifically Shifra, I remember, when they last met with the chairperson or talked, and she said she cannot remember the last time they talked with the chairperson or when they last met. Now, soon after our meeting, I was on the official Twitter account of Uganda Human Rights Commission, which still I have it here, where Shifra is in the office of the chairperson with her mother, interacting with the chairperson. That was on this interaction was on 20th of July. But on 27th, she was saying she doesn't remember when she last talked to the chairperson. So, did you lie, this committee?
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Ssewungu.
Mr. Chairman, I want
Don't worry, you respond.
I want to thank you for giving us this
any matter
time.
touching your name, you have a right to respond.
We have had the time with these people. And once you hear what is within them, what has been coming out, the only remedy to this challenge is a forensic audit on this entity. Because a forensic audit will capture all those areas that require attention. First of all, look at the responses they gave. I don't know, but this committee has no other remedy. Because even what they have submitted cannot generate a report. But what is better is having a forensic audit by the Director General on this entity, and that will solve once each.
Yes.
Is the senior colleague? No, I don't need to talk about terms. Is a senior colleague in order to say that we recommend for a forensic audit before we internalize the Auditor General's reports. It is out of our reports that he has already passed the judgment, even before we finalize the Auditor General's reports.
Let me guide you on that. I think by way of submission, by way of submission to the committee, he would be in order. But for purposes of recording, it's not a resolution. It is captured as a submission by a member.
Thank you, Chairman. You see, you are saying I'm a senior, and I'm giving some advice. You are retracting. So where is my seniority? What comes out of committees? And why we specifically use Section 1, Article 163, 164, plus the Audit Act is basically for that, plus the Financial Institutions Act. I am saying that as a committee, we can generate. And it's very key because once what you are seeing here, what you have heard, we came for audit, we are in policy, which is not wrong for the committee. But this entity needs a forensic audit. And it's not sinful. It's our recommendation. Because me, I'm insisting as I conclude, whether you like it or not, these people giving us their documents as they are was deliberate. Was deliberate. Giving us documents which are not matching. They know what to do. You saw as I conclude, let me point without using a finger. This gentleman here, Commissioner, Mr. Wamala, I was with him in the Ministry of Education, the Committee of Education. He has never given a direct answer to one question. He will always rotate. And that's what he was doing here. Honorable Shifura is my friend. She answered to us as lawyers, Mr. Chairman. I hope you noted that. She responded as an advocate. So Mr. Wamala has always been like that. Then Mr. Crispy Kaheru was coming to answer, but accusations were rotating on him with the three tired people, Nasamba, Kaheru, and the big lady. So all of these can only be sorted out by that. Because I am concluding by this. This committee, with the evidence you have, you will be even forced to meet the fountain. And the committees have done that. To explain why he's not reacting to this challenge. And the president is written to by the clerk. The committee appears before him with all the challenges. Because already this one said, he rang me, said go back to office. That's an audit query on the president. How does he just ring on somebody who wrote a resignation letter? I was in the park, we met him, and we censured the Chidu Makuya, we censured the, this lady for finance, Saida Bumba, so many of them in this parliament. That's where we did it from.
Yeah, thank you.
Otherwise, these people are looking funny before us.
Thank you. Thank you. You are protected. So you are protected.